Welcome, here I've got Motorola Moto G60s and let me show you how to use Camera Pro mode at this device. So let's start by tapping on camera button to open it, and for now we are on standard photo mode, so we have to change it by using this settings bar and just simply going to right. Here we get access to more modes of this camera. Now let's focus on photo category and tap to Pro. So here we are. This mode gives us possibilities to choose some shooting parameters by ourselves. This is useful when we want to learn photographic skills or making experiments with photography. So let me start with this settings bar. Let's go from the right. The first one button here allows us to control exposure compensation, so we can manage the light of our picture in kind of basic way. By going to the right on it, we can make our photo more bright. By going to the left, we can make it more dark. At the center we have 0 parameters, so there's no problem to go back to auto settings. Now let's move to the second option, the ISO. So here we can change camera's sensitivity to light. We can make it less sensitive from 100 or more sensitive by going to the right to 3 and 2000 of it, so this is wide spectrum like in Pro camera. And to go back to auto ISO, here we have to slide to the left to the beginning of the slider. Let's move to the next one option. Now we get access to shutter speed, so we can change the time of taking photo, and we can make it shorter from 1 and 6,000 of second, and this time is really short. It should be better to objects, for example in move to frozen them at the picture with a good light. By going to the right we can make our time much longer. Let me check the longest, 32 seconds, and this should be definitely better to objects that are stable or if we need to have some blur at our picture. To go back to auto shutter speed, we have to simply slide to the left to the beginning. I want to show you also that when we adjust shutter speed and the ISO together, the exposure compensation button here is locked, because shutter speed and the ISO are really advanced light managing. As you can see, by using them correctly, we can change also the light, so we don't need this feature here. So if you want to quickly adjust light on your photo, you have to stay on auto settings with that and use exposure compensation. If you have more time and want to learn something, you can use these two buttons together. Now let's move to the next one option, the white balance. So we can change temperature of our picture in Kelvin degrees. As you can see here on the slider above it, we have small icons that suggest us which light is good for which conditions we have when we want to use white balance. So for example, we can pick tungsten light, white fluorescent light, daylight and cloudy light, or just use this slider smoothly like that. And as you can see, this is kind of balance between warm and cold tones of our photo. To go back to auto, let's just simply slide to the left. And the last one option here is focusing. We are on AF from autofocus. By using this slider, we changed it to MF from manual, and we can adjust focusing on the subject as we need, or just go back to auto by sliding again to the left. I want to show you also that when we adjust all of these parameters together and want to quickly go back to auto settings to start using this from the beginning, we have to move back to this type of view and tap to this small button that appears from the right, and now all of this has been resetted to auto. We can start using this from the beginning. And let's tap also to this small button above the shutter and under these settings to get access to more options about camera we can manage. Most of them is also in standard photo mode, but in RAW we can manage the format of our picture. We are on JPEG, we can save it also in RAW. So this format is used by professional photographers to saving more details at the pictures and post-producing them in graphic programs. We can pick also RAW plus JPEG, so both at the same time. I think this is really pro. Oh, let me stay on JPEG and let's use these parameters to take a photo. So let's leave exposure compensation because I want to manage light by adjusting ISO and shutter speed together. And let me pick white balance maybe here, and defocusing here. To see my photo, let's go to right to the button that follows us straight to the gallery. So this is how it looks like. Of course, it's not perfect. I suggest you to making experiments with all of these settings and just have a good fun. Thanks for watching, subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.